Hi, I'm Rob Patz, and this is The Community. On today's edition, I've got some great friends from the United Way, and we're going to be talking about the Blizzard auction. I got to ask, first of all, how did you guys come up with the name Blizzard Auction, or was it before you guys came along?
Before I was alive.
Thanks for dating me on that too, Abby, by the way. I was alive, so it's around these parts we know of the blizzard of 1978.
I've heard of it,
Okay,
yes.
big snowstorm here. So that happens in 78. In 1979, the radio station, B-Rock, which is WBNO, but it didn't have the B-Rock name even back then, but does now, decided they wanted to do a benefit auction to commemorate something. Well, up in Williams County, a year or two before that, the grandstands had been burned down by arsons at the Williams County Fairgrounds, okay? So they're in the process, the Fair Board is, of building a new grandstand. It wasn't complete yet, and they needed that one extra push. Our station manager at that time, I say our, and again, I was 7, so I wasn't at the radio station, but it feels like it's been that long, decided, well, this would be a great way to kind of raise money and help them get to their goal of building that grandstand. And so 1979 rolls around, and they were looking for a name, and it became the Blizzard auction to commemorate the blizzard of 1978, and the name is stuck now for well over 40 years.
That's so awesome. By the way, I didn't introduce, this is Andy, and of course everybody knows Abby because Abby was with us before from the United Way of Defiance, United Way of Williams County, and they're working together on this. This is a really cool idea. Tell everybody how the idea of working together kind of came about.
We were looking for, after all these years, so I guess a little history, we would have organizations reach out to us, and that stopped happening. I'm now being in the nonprofit world, I understand why. Volunteers. There were people that maybe wanted it, but didn't have enough volunteers to go get items, physically procure these items. And so we weren't getting any more heavy traffic in wanting this auction. So we did it, and I was thinking of an idea of how do we involve more people? How do we integrate this? And I was looking at, you understand that being in your background too, Rob, is ratings. And ratings for the radio station, obviously we were #1 in Williams County, but Defiance County, our radio station, was #1. So the partnership felt, well, let's reach out to somebody in Defiance County. And it started with me and 2 other guys sitting at a Cabin Fever coffee shop, and we start talking, and one says, you really need to get my wife involved in this because she's a lot better at this. And that would be Katie Groff. So if you get Katie involved, this is going to spread like wildfire, and you're going to have a successful event, right?
Yeah.
And so I decided, well, let's form a committee of Williams County people, Defiance County people, and then the Defiance County United Way at the time was, I thought this is a perfect fit. And I had heard about a program that was under the United Way umbrella. So how do we now combine everything into United Way Williams County, United Way Defiance County? But at that time, I wasn't affiliated with the United Way of Williams County. But we were trying to build in Williams County a all-inclusive playground. So that was just in its infancy stage of fundraising. So I had a suggestion from our Bryan Area Foundation of let's go that route. And then from there, Katie, I believe, Katie Groff said, well, let's talk to Abby at the United Way of Defiance County. They're going to have a great program that we can combine these two. And it just took off from there.
So, of course, the Blizzard auction, let's take this from the concept of somebody like me. 2 years of being here now. So there are probably people out there watching that don't understand what the whole day, it's a full day that you do the Blizzard auction. Give everybody the concept of what it is. I know it's on B-Rock from, I believe it's 8 a.m. until
it's over. Till 7 usually.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a long day.
It's a long day.
But give everybody the concept of what the Blizzard auction really is. Because I was looking at some of the stuff, and it looks neat from years past. So give everybody the idea. Pretend they're like me that had no clue what the Blizzard auction was the first time that Katie brought it to me and said, hey, I think we need to do a community on the Blizzard auction. And I'm like, Okay.
What's that? And I think we heard that a lot last year,
Yep.
being that it was the first time in the Defiance County community. So we were super thrilled to be asked to join again for this year's event. But it's a one-day radio event. So yes, we've chatted about, are people still listening to the radio? Do I dare say that around?
Yes, they're still
both of
listening to
them.
the radio, Abby.
Yes,
We
and
believe
you will
that.
day. It was super exciting for us to participate, but yeah, you have to tune into the radio. There will be a list of items that our committee has collected over the past, few months, and you get to bid on those items live on air. So you have to call the radio station.
Oh, cool.
And you can check out your list and have an idea of what time frame those might be up for bid. We do them by the block. There's usually about 10 to 12 items within a certain period, and probably lasts about a half an hour
Yep.
each block. But it's really exciting to hear your friends and family call into the station and put a bid, and I think that's the neat part about being from small towns, is that you do recognize those voices the day of. We had some bidding wars.
Yes.
Oh, those are fun.
Yes, and so we do have some super block items, some high dollar items that bring in a lot of money for a great cause.
So, Katie, what are you bidding on?
What am I bidding on? Well, we don't have our bidding blocks yet for this
Really?
year. No.
Okay. So how do you get maybe you're a company out there and you're watching this and you want to be a part. How do you do that?
Absolutely. Andy, what do you think is the best way to get a hold of somebody this year for putting in some bidding block items?
So this year, the United Way of Defiance and Williams County are involved. So that would be a great place to start, because we are raising money for each of our respective Dolly Parton Imagination Library programs, which I'll let Abby maybe talk a little bit about too here coming up in the next segment. But they could reach out to either of our offices, United Way Williams County, United Way Defiance County. Go to websites. There's a site that's already created, that was created last year, a Facebook page that exists because of the United Way, or because of the Blizzard auction from a year ago. And then if there's any business out there, any individuals that want to donate that are watching this right now, we are taking those as well, whether they be actual items or monetary contributions to the items, because that was something else that started last year. We would always have the Bryan Eagles would come in with a check for $1,000 to start the auction and start the day, and a great way to start. So we thought, well, there's got to be more Bryan Eagles that are out there that want to do this. And so that's another way. If they feel like they want to be a part of it, they could do it that way as well, donate monetarily.
And Abby, talk a little bit about the place that you're raising funds for. It's the Dolly Parton thing, and I cannot remember what it's called. It just totally left my head. So this in television, this is what we call, you ask the guest really quick what it's called.
It's the Dolly Parton Imagination Library, and this is the free book gifting program that's available in both Williams and Defiance County, and across the state and country and world as well. What people don't know is that although Dolly's Foundation provides this as an affordable program and a free program to the families, it does cost the community. So this provides one book each month to a child enrolled, and it's from birth to age 5.
very
So
cool.
super exciting for the kids to go out to the mailbox, get a book each month with their name on it. Wonderful program for the community to promote early literacy, but it does come at the cost, and typically at the county level, it's a local United Way that supports, and so we rely on our generous donors to help sponsor that program each year.
So there's a lot of moving parts, obviously, to this, and you're a little over a month away. Are you still looking for people to volunteer? Are you guys covered on volunteers, or people that you need help doing things?
I mean, I think we've got a great committee now, and that we're going to be involved for the second time. We kind of know what we're doing, and so like you had mentioned, we're still looking for items to bid on. Free advertisement the day of the auction. You'll hear that business or that individual's name rattled off with the item that they were able to secure for this event. It will also be listed in the Crescent News and the Bryan Times as well.
So I got an idea. So I'm always doing this kind of stuff. So if there's a company that has an office in Bryan and one in Defiance, you should play them off each other. Tell them, see who has the best. Have them both donate the same thing. So if you're a company that has offices in both places, and let's see who gets the biggest bid out of that. you could have a whole competition off that kind. I think that would be kind of cool because those kinds of things always help the whole process. So it's coming up again in January. It's going to be on B-Rock. Give everybody, you have, just go to the United Way. Both your websites have all the information. So go to the United Way. You can find them on Facebook. It's Blizzard Auction, I assume. If they search for Blizzard Auction, they can find it there. It's going to be an awesome time. You know what? We should have you guys back after it's over.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that'd be fun. Hey, listen, now you know something going on in the community.